So you fancy going to the Simmerdim Rally in 2026? Let me tell you a little bit about my experience as a person that was new to the Simmerdim Rally in 2025. First of all, Simmerdim in the Shetland language means summer dim, basically. It's where the sun never really sets and just gets to a dim level and casts some beautiful light. And therefore Simmerdim Rally is of course held in the Shetland Islands, the very northern islands of Scotland. The way that you go about the Simmerdim Rally to get there is you have to apply to simmerdimrally@gmail.com. I believe you can do this anytime to be on the invite list. And myself and my two friends applied at the end of November 2024. We did receive a confirmation that we were on the list of contendees, I guess. In the 2nd of March, we received an invite to apply for the tickets. That still wasn't a confirmation. And those tickets were going to cost £120 for a person below 65, and in my case I creeped over 65, so my price was £80, which was fantastic value. We'll talk a little bit about that further on, but basically my £80 included the rally, 2 bands a night for 3 nights in a row, 25 drink tokens. Now I had in my mind the 25 drink tokens, maybe it would be 5 tokens per drink. It was 25 drinks, 25 pints of beer, or 25 gin and tonics. It included mixers. So I mean, it was more than I could spend in 3 nights. So to get further than that, you had to fill in all your personal details in the form. You had to print the form off. It wasn't by email or anything. You had to post the form to the Shetlands, and you had to include a self-addressed stamped envelope. And off it went. And then a couple of weeks later, we all received the letters back saying that we had been accepted. Once accepted, you had to pay either by bank transfer, which we did, or send a cheque. As far as the ferry is concerned, we took the ferry that sails overnight from Aberdeen to Lerwick and then back again overnight at the end of the rally. We booked the ferry, 3 places, 3 motorbikes and 1 inside cabin which had 4 bunks, and we booked it in November, just hoping that we would be accepted, because what we thought was, if we're not accepted, we'll go on a trip to Shetland anyway. That ferry cost was £622 in total, and that included a 30% discount that was applied retrospectively once we know we had been accepted. So you can go ahead and book the ferry early. I would recommend you do that. Yeah, and that's it for this part. And now we'll move on to the experience itself. So I had 2 choices of bike for the rally, fortunately. Frank Beattie, my lovely Triumph Bonneville T120, or Boris, my lovely R1200 GS from 2009. In this case I chose Boris purely because of the comfort and the luggage capability, and he's, well, having done 95,000 miles, I can trust that he would get me up to Shetland. The drive up to the rally itself was really good. We actually decided to take the shortest route, just because we were informed by the ferry company that although it was a 7 p.m. sailing, they were going to allow motorbikes and sidecars to be boarded from 1 p.m. onwards. So that came a couple of days before the sailing. So I did a bit of frantic Facebook messaging to find out, 1, could we come back off the boat if we put it on early? And the answer was yes, you could. And 2, could we take our luggage or get back to take our luggage after we had come off the boat? And the answer was no, you couldn't. So we thought, okay, so let's go up, get the bikes on early, and then we can go off and have a couple of beers and relax and have a look around Aberdeen before boarding later. And to be honest, we had packed small bags for the cabin only, so it was not going to be too big a deal. So we probably arrived around 1:30, and there was no queue. We went straight in, staff were dead friendly, and we boarded the ship, and the guys very efficiently tied down the bikes. I mentioned about the luggage to the guys that were tying down the bikes, and they said, yeah, no, just take it with you, they'll let you back down. So you don't need to take it with you, sorry, they'll let you back down. And in that, so we left the luggage there. After spending a little while in Aberdeen, we were back on the ship. We had decided we would eat on the ship just to pass some of the time, but we're a wee bit concerned about what the prices and the quality would be like. In fact, it was well priced, and the quality was great. So the overall sailing experience was really good, and we were awoken at something like 6:15 in the morning, saying that we were heading into Lerwick, and we were offloaded probably about 7:30 in the morning. Offboarding was pretty smooth, and we were into Lerwick. It was just the kind of, I think, the north side of Lerwick, and towards the outskirts. And we basically just followed the bikes, the 150 or so bikes that were departing off the ferry towards the Oldbury Village Hall, where the rally was held, which was north of where we were, on the north east of mainland, and about a 45-minute ride. Straight away I was really impressed with the Shetland. It was just so kind of barren, hilly, lots of lochs, sea views, just beautiful. Not many trees, as everybody says. There was the odd tree, but no forestation. Very windswept, but great. And it was a sunny morning, and it was just a superb experience. We arrived at the rally, packed up. One of the guys I was with went in and got us all checked in. We all got a wristband, a metal lapel badge, and the voucher for the 25 drink tokens vouchers, which again amazed me. Also included in the rally price was a basic meal each evening, served around about between 5:30, 6 o'clock. Again, incredible value for money. My friend had asked the folks where we'd be best pitching our tents, the quietest bit, and we were told across the road. So there's a wee single track road dividing the town hall, the marquee, and another couple of camping pitches. So we went over there and got set up, and it was quite a thick, grassy, slopey, but soft pitch. It worked out well. So once we were set up, we just went out and took a little initial ride to the north of the mainland, which was a very short ride indeed, and come back and had a few beers in the tent, and one of us, not me, but one of the other two, participated in the famous boot drinking game, and it was lights out for him at 4 o'clock. Other than that, we were very, very well behaved, very subdued. During the 3 days, we visited the very north of Orkney, which is the island of Unst, where they're building the space station. We saw the kind of construction going on for the space station at the very northern point. And to get there, you had to cross over. It was 2 ferry crossings. First of all to the island of Yell, and then over to Unst and back. All really enjoyable, beautiful scenery. All short ferry trips, short road trips, but just great fun. And on the final day, we went down to Sumborough, which was actually more interesting than I thought. It was a very kind of headland with cliffs, and Sunborough Point Lighthouse was there, and we were taking photos of puffins. It was a beautiful area. So overall, just riding around the island the experience was great. The rally itself had the bands on, 2 bands per night, which we dotted in and out of, to be honest. I think one were tense at 9 o'clock every night, so it kind of confirms to me that I'm not really a rally person, but the organisation, the people that were there were all friendly. It was a great experience. I mean, probably one night less would have done me with the music thumping away in the background, and but yeah, I'm really glad I did it. On the final morning, we headed down to the south of the island because we knew we could board at 2 o'clock again for a 7 p.m. ferry. So we went down. We stopped off at a great coffee shop called Fiara. I think that's how you pronounce it. It means in Old Norse lapping of the sea. Beautiful sea views, great coffee, good breakfast. In fact, we stopped on the way back into Lerwick. This was in Lerwick for another coffee. It was that good. Another place I could recommend is close to the rally is the little town of Bray, where there's Frankie's Fish and Chips. Again, they've got outdoor seating looking onto the sea, and really great menu of fish and chips dishes, really good. Anyway, we went down and got to the boat boarding area at 2 o'clock, and it was, to be honest, not a great experience. We were there for probably nearly 2 hours, just moving forward a wee bit, getting stuck behind people struggling with their tickets, and then they started boarding some bikes, then trucks, and blah blah blah. Just a completely different experience from the Aberdeen boarding. But once we were on, everything was back to normal. It was all good. Disembarking in the morning in Aberdeen was fairly straightforward, although they held us for a while because they unhooked all the bikes. And although that took a while, it made it a very smooth process when we went down and actually got the bikes. From there, it was a smooth run home. So thank you, Simmer Dim. I really enjoyed the experience, and well, you never know, I might be back.